So where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Well, it's very hard to say what I'll be doing in the next 5 years. I'm not sure what I'll be doing at that time. Well, you know what? Google is my dream company. So while I want to work for you right now, but in the next 5 years, I want to end up at Google. Oh, in the next 5 years, I can definitely replace you. I can see myself easily sitting in your chair in the next 5 years. Bad answers, bad answers, bad answers. Don't give those answers. Instead, watch this video till the end because I will share with you why the recruiters asked this question in the first place, and I will give you 5 useful tips as to how to best answer this question. And towards the very end, I will also give you 3 perfectly crafted answers which you can modify and apply to your respective situation. My name is Jamil Hai, and I've been working in management positions across South Asia, Middle East, and North America for the last 20 years. And my mission is to help you build real life skills for your job and career that they don't teach you in college. So let's dive right into it. But before we do that, do hit that subscribe button so that you can take advantage like many other professionals who have been benefiting from my job interview tips and also how to handle difficult situations at work. So let's first find out why the recruiters asked this question in the first place. Well, the number one reason is one word: retention. Now, retention is a very important metric and target for human resource professionals and recruiters. Why? Because if you think about it, recruitment is a very expensive process. Think about the huge sums of money companies pay to the recruiters who are external, or even the huge budgets of the human resource department whose job is to hire the best talent from the market. Now, if you get hired and you are a valuable employee, but after 3 months, if you say, hey company, bye-bye, I found another job and I'm leaving, that's a huge loss for the company because they spend all this money on recruiting you through the recruiters, through the HR department and so on. And now after 3 months, you're leaving, which means that the company has lost a lot of money on you. Therefore, retention is such an important aspect for the recruiters who are interviewing you because typically companies track the number of regrettable losses. What does that mean? It means the number of employees who left the company after joining within like 3 to 6 months, and these are regrettable losses. So these are not employees which the company was actually firing or letting go of because they were not the right pick, but these are people who were valuable for the company and the company regrets their departure. Therefore, the target for the recruiters is to keep that retention number really high, or in other words, keep that regrettable loss number very low. Therefore, by asking this question, they want to see that your 5-year plan is in line with what this company can offer you or not. Because if your 5-year career plan is not something which this company offers you, for example, if you want to become an expert in the area of, let's say, cost accounting, but this company doesn't even have enough positions in that area, then it will be very hard for this company to retain you. Therefore, by asking this question, the recruiter can get a very good idea whether you are a long-term prospect for this company or not. The second reason is to evaluate your thought process or how you plan or organize. Because if you answer this question in a way where you're showing them a 5-year plan or a way where you will grow, learn, benefit the company and so on, then they can see how you plan and organize things. So it's a very good way also for the recruiter to understand your thought process, how well organized you are, and what is your medium-term thinking, because thinking over a 5-year period can demonstrate a lot about your ability to plan for the medium term. And now let me give you 5 very helpful tips on how best to answer this question. The first one is give them an answer which shows how you will grow within their company. Because if you give an answer like one of the bad answers I showed at the beginning of this video, which was, hey, I want to work for your company now, but I want to end up working in Google, that kind of an answer will definitely get you rejected, because they are not looking for people who will be hired and after some time they will go and work for another employer, because that causes that whole retention issue that I talked about earlier. So try to show them a growth plan within the roles offered by this company. The second tip is connect your 5-year plan to the position you are applying for. So show them how you want to get into this position and then how this position helps you get to what you want to achieve in 5 years. So you could say things like, okay, I want to get hired in this particular position. I want to learn, I want to gain more skills, I want to take advantage, let's say, of the learning and development programs that your company offers. I want to get more expertise, and then I want to get into a more senior role in this organization. So that way you are connecting the dots between this immediate position you are applying for, because remember, you are getting hired for this position today, but then you are also showing them how this position helps you get where you want to be in the next 5 years. The third tip is do some research about the company's culture, its growth plans, its ambitions, and so on, so that as you build your answer for this 5-year question, you can bake in elements of that. For example, if a company has a very strong learning and development program for their employees, so in that case, you can say that I'm applying for this role, but I want to leverage your strong learning and development plans in a way that helps me get to my eventual role in the next 5 years. The fourth tip is very important. Show mutuality. What does that mean? It means don't just talk about your learning, your development. Show how your 5-year plan can benefit the company. For example, if you're applying to a company for a project manager role and the company does a lot of projects, and doing those projects basically is the bread and butter of the company, or the company basically gets its profits from doing these projects. So in that case, don't only mention that, okay, I want to become an expert project manager and I want to take advantage of your learning programs. Of course, you will say those things, but do say that, okay, by becoming an expert project manager, you can help the profitability of this company because you are planning to stay with them for a long period of time. You are planning to become an expert in project management, which is the bread and butter of this company. So by staying with that company for 5 years or more, you can significantly benefit the profitability of that organization. And lastly, demonstrate adaptability. What do I mean by that? Look, 5 years is a very long period of time for a lot of industries, especially if you are applying for a job which is technology oriented. So you should mention things like, while you are very clear about your career path, but you know that things could change or opportunities could evolve. So I want to adapt to those evolving opportunities. Think about, for instance, right now everybody's talking about AI, and AI is going to change a lot of industries. Of course it will, but how will you answer this question if you are applying to a company which deals in generative AI and so on? So demonstrating that adaptable approach can definitely get you selected as you answer this question. And now I'm going to share with you with those 3 well-crafted examples, and I'm quite sure that one of these 3 examples will be very applicable to your specific situation, and maybe with a few tweaks here and there, you can use them in your next job interview. So let's look at the first example, which is about a specialist role. I envision myself growing alongside your company by leveraging my skills in supply chain planning to contribute to key projects. Through your company's strong focus on learning and development, I want to become an expert in this area so that I can also train and coach other employees in this area, so that when I'm ready for a more senior role in this department, I have built a strong and competent team. So in this case, you are demonstrating your desire to build your expertise in a certain area, and then you are also showing how you will get to a more senior role by developing and coaching new joiners in that area, making them experts so that you can basically make yourself redundant and get promoted. It's a great answer because you are showing your ability and desire to learn and become an expert and also teach others. And think about the whole ROI question for the employer, because if a recruiter is listening to this answer, they are thinking that, okay, this person can not only be a valuable employee in this particular role, but he or she can also add value by training other people. And if they are able to promote you from within, which means they don't have to go and hire from outside again, that's a huge cost saving for the company as well. So from a retention point of view, this is a great answer. Now let's look at the next example, which touches on the adaptability aspect. While I have a clear vision for my career path, I also understand that opportunities and priorities can evolve. In the next 5 years, I hope to have gained expertise in generative AI and to have contributed significantly to the success of the team. I'm excited about the potential for growth and the opportunities for learning that this role offers. So here is an excellent example, and it's pertaining to generative AI, which is a very tech-oriented industry, and it's changing all the time. So in this case, you are not only giving a good answer about what you want to achieve in the next 5 years, but you're also showing your ability to adapt to an evolving technology because it's changing pretty fast. I'm passionate about sustainability. In the next 5 years, I hope to have made meaningful contributions in this area and to have developed my skills further. And with your company's ambition to become carbon neutral in the next 5 years, I'm sure I will have a lot of opportunities to learn and contribute in this space. I believe this aligns well with the innovative and forward thinking culture of this company. So this is another great answer where you are using the example of sustainability, where you are passionate about this specific area and the company has a very specific goal, which is to become carbon neutral in the next 5 years. So you are basically saying that, the company wants to become carbon neutral in the next 5 years, which means that there will be a lot of sustainability projects or initiatives, and that will be a great opportunity for you to learn more in this area. And therefore, it's kind of a win-win situation for you and the company, because you are basically applying for an area which you are passionate about, and the company has pretty ambitious goals, which means that there will be a lot of work around this space for you to become an expert. So once again, for the recruiter, you are not a retention risk, but you are an asset because you have a very clear 5-year plan, which also jives very well with the company goals. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I've also made videos on difficult interview questions like what is your biggest weakness or why did you leave your last job? And you can watch those videos by clicking over here. Keep watching.